case you're worried about it, Google is already on board to change the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America in their search engines. So already to suck Trump's nuts, to rewrite history. Oligarchy, tech bros, definitely not your fucking friend. Sell you out in a goddamn heartbeat. But then DeepSeek fucking launched y'all from China. And I'm going to explain everything about it. Before I do that, I'm going to let my buddy, Advice from Lewis, who I love his style, y'all. Go subscribe to Advice from Lewis. He does a beautiful, succinct job of explaining what the fuck happened. So go, Lewis.
DeepSeek caused the U.S. stock market to crash $1 trillion. DeepSeek is China AI that's outcompeting all billion-dollar American AI, such as OpenAI, Google's Gemini, Meta's Llama, and caused the stock market to crash. How much did it cost to make? Penny! While Google and Meta have spent over $50 billion with plans to spend more than $200 billion every year, DeepSeek has only spent $5.6 million. How is that possible? Just hold on! The United States has restricted high-power AI chips to China for years. They believe these chips were the key to being the world's technology leader, which is why they kept it from China. However, DeepSeek used less expensive, lower capability chips than bigger companies and still managed to outcompete them. So the stock market crashed because people are questioning if America will be the world's tech leader. See, DeepSeek has proven that pouring more money into a tech company doesn't mean a better product. What's even more impressive is DeepSeek was only created less than a year ago. What about the $500 billion AI project Trump announced? Nobody cares anymore! Last year, OpenAI said they need trillions of dollars of investment to run their AI products. They were banking on high-quality chips. However, China showed they can do it cheaper, quicker, and more effectively. This caused NVIDIA to lose 12% in the stock market and lose $500 billion in market capitalization. Funny thing is, DeepSeek is ran on NVIDIA chips. However, less powerful versions OpenAI claim that they needed. Well, other AI companies still have a chance? Unfortunately for them, it's too late! DeepSeek 2025! Instead of DeepSeek, people need to seek a deep relationship with a woman or man. What does it have to do with the stock market? Every day! DeepSeek probably saw your information from TikTok. It was clearly the spies. We need a bad retina. Do you have ADHD?
I do. I totally have ADHD. And that's pretty much what happened, folks. So basically, if you're not paying attention to the AI space, the big boy in America is OpenAI, who you might think is open source, but nada. They were supposed to be open source, but it's America. So they changed and they're like, hey, we have the best fucking model. We're going to charge out the ass and not be open source anymore. So basically think of them like the Coke of AI. They're like at the top of the fucking food chain. And people are like, hey, will you buy $20 for this Coke of AI? And everybody's like, yeah, it's the best model. We'll buy it. Next thing you know, DeepSeek is released from China. And basically they have stolen the secret formula for Coke. And they gave away free for everybody. They're like, hey, here's an unlimited Coke for a penny a Coke. And some people are like, hey, I'll still pay $20 for a Coke. But most people are like, I'll fucking get the free goddamn Coke. Free Coke for life. So, yeah, they stole it. And if OpenAI comes out with the next version, they're just going to steal fucking that shit, y'all. So it caused a huge crisis in the AI community. Stocks dropped like mad. Now, they did go up a little bit more today. NVIDIA dropped like a fucking $1 billion or something. But let's see what it's at now. All right, they went back 8% today, but they dropped like 16% yesterday. So a huge tumble in the stock market. Even Donald Trump out here talking about it, which I was kind of actually surprised to see Trump talk about it. But he's like, it's actually very good. It's very good that China is stealing all the proprietary information from our companies that spent hundreds of millions of dollars. In fact, I just announced $500 billion, the size of the Manhattan Project. Of course, private funds, but headed to AI research. And now it's basically questionable whether they actually need that money, whether they're actually fucking scamming us. Seems like DeepSeek pretty much proved that you don't need all that compute. Anyway, here's some talk about it.
Last week I signed an order revoking Joe Biden's destructive artificial intelligence regulations so that AI companies can once again focus on being the best, not just being the most woken. Today and over the last couple of days I've been reading about China and some of the companies in China, one in particular, coming up with a faster method of AI and much less expensive method. And that's good, because you don't have to spend as much money. I view that as a positive, as an asset. So
crazy part is, when I first saw this video, I was like, this is AI. This is an AI video. Because Trump's kind of talking weird. Yeah, he sounds weird. And it looks weird. and he's talking about AI, and he's almost talking like competently about AI. So I'm like, oh my God, this is clearly fucking AI. But I researched it, y'all. This is not AI. This is an actual video of Trump. So sometimes you can believe your own eyes.
So I really think if it's fact and if it's true, and nobody really knows if it is, but I view that as a positive because you'll be doing that too. So you won't be spending as much and you'll get the same result, hopefully.
Yeah, not going to be spending as much on the companies that spent hundreds of billions of dollars. Which, you know, this is a good thing, to be honest with you, though. Like, I mean, OpenAI is not giving their models away for free. They're not open fucking source. At least China. I mean, yes, it's a little censored. Don't ask it about Tiananmen Square. Don't do it. But other than that, they're the sort of the good guys in this. They're at least releasing their shit for free. And I ran a small version of DeepSeek, but I did try it out. I spent the weekend, yesterday, like all fucking night. Dude, so I'm fucking tired, to be honest with you. If I seem a little loopy, I was up all night, only got like 2 hours sleep, making that the latest video, the Trump video. I had to test my skills again, since no one fucking watched the fucking system error video that took me 40 fucking hours. I was like, all right, let's try this shit again. Let's see if I'm more efficient in my process. And I'm getting so good at this, y'all. I had literally using 10 different AI programs. And the key to decent AI is you have to learn what their strengths and weaknesses are, and you have to accentuate their strengths and hide their weaknesses. And then the other AI programs you can add to certain AI programs to basically make them slightly better and hide their weaknesses. So you got to combine all of it together. And people are like, oh my God, it's low effort, Dusty. It's so easy. Well, then do it, motherfuckers, do it. I challenge any of you to get out there and try to make a decent fucking video that's coherent in fucking AI right now. That shit's tough as goddamn fucking hell, y'all. So pat myself on the back. So brings me to system error, folks. So I discovered that there is one particular Chinese company that makes video-generated AI that is much, much less censored than all the other ones. And so it's me. My first thought is, how far can I take this shit? How disturbing can I make this fucking video and get away with it? So I made the following in 40 hours. I'm about to show you. Warning, warning. Maybe horrible to watch for anybody alive. Might be very disturbing to any breathing person. So if you're squeamish at all, don't watch this. Perhaps the most violent video you'll ever see. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you system error. This is definitely tied into Chinese AI taking over shit because all the bots are going to be run off of it. And the next thing you know, system error.
Tick tock, they're watching us fall. Lights out, there's nowhere to call. Plug me and shut me down. I'm just numbers lost in the sound. Black suits, white lies, cash flow, dark skies. They feed us lullabies, but we don't close our eyes. Yeah, they selling gold to the ones on their knees, while we running through the city like a glitch in the machine. I hear the sirens singing in my head. Neon halos glowing deep in red. Swear to God I'm not afraid. Let it burn, let it fade. We don't trust the game they play. Low mirror, system slay. Break it down and run. System game they play. Our systems play. Break it down and run away. Yeah. We don't work, we don't pray. We just burn it all away. System error, full decay. We don't listen anyway. Glitching high, no escape. Living fast, die today. System error, what's to say? We don't listen They track us, they trap us, code in our veins. They break us, they make us, tied to their chains. Running out, catch us if you can now. We don't work, we don't pray, we just burn it all away. System error, full decay. We don't listen anyway. Glitching high, no escape. Living fast, die today. Listen error, what's to say? We don't listen anyway.
Hell yeah, system error, folks. They gonna kill us all. Be afraid, be very afraid. So anyway, if you like my videos, please feel free to share them everywhere because I did work hard on that. And but it's fine. Like I was kind of disappointed, but like I'm making these videos for myself. To be honest with you, like I've seen pretty much every popular music video on YouTube, and I want more selection. And so basically I make videos that I would want to watch, so that when I'm watching music, I can turn my own videos on. They'll be in the fucking rotation. So I watch 1,000 times. So it's very suited to me and my taste. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I fucking love that song. I love the way the video turned out. I love everything about that. So cool. At least I'm happy with it. It's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, it had a happy ending at least. If only. And so anyway, that's what I've been working on. Pretty fun, to be honest with you. It's like putting a puzzle together. And it takes a lot of fucking time and effort, though. And for those of you who want to know how I'm making these videos, I'm going to explain it in tonight's after party. A lot of people don't even watch the show, but they see the AI videos, and they come by and they're like, please explain how you did this. I want to know immediately what your process is. And go join my Patreon or become a Dust Buddy, and you will learn tonight for a couple bucks exactly how I made that. Gonna do a small tutorial on it. So fuck yeah. And anyway, then let's talk about fucking Sam. Cannot stand this motherfucker. Let's see, is this it? Yeah. Sam Altman. So basically he is the OpenAI Elon Musk. He's this slimy fucking little turd that runs the most powerful AI company in the world, OpenAI, that runs ChatGPT. And I'm not going to lie, ChatGPT is still the best model, y'all. It is. Now, DeepSeek is catching up. DeepSeek, for being free, for being able to be an LLM, which can be run locally, it's way fucking better. It's amazing. But overall, ChatGPT is still the best for now. But they don't have as big of a lead anymore. And the guy that runs the place is a fucking cock. They're all jumping on Trump's nuts, man. He used to be like real left wing, like all these tech bros used to pretend to be on the left, because they don't actually give a shit about any of this. They just have to do what they think is going to make them the most money. Watching at POTUS more carefully recently has changed my perspective on him. Oh yeah? How? What did he do exactly? Except for remove all regulations. And they're already saying AI has a 25% chance of wiping humanity out. So it might slightly need to be regulated a little bit. But Trump has removed all regulations, so they can just pretty much do whatever the fuck they want to do. And our lives are in this douchebag's hand. So he's basically like, I'm not going to agree with them on everything, but I think it would be incredible for the country in many ways. Yeah, I hope you're right. But looking bad. Been a real scary fucking week, y'all. We're going to go ahead and jump into some of this shit. First off, not sure if Sam Altman going to like this very much, but Trump is declaring he's going to put huge tariffs on Taiwanese semiconductors. Now, most of our chips, and semiconductors come from Taiwan. If he puts huge tariffs on them, it's going to cripple our technological industries, folks. We're already having enough trouble competing with China. This is going to crush our country. We won't be able to compete. Literally, won't be able to compete. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. Here's what he said, but none of this makes any fucking sense.
Particularly in the very near future, we're going to be placing tariffs on foreign production of computer chips, semiconductors, and pharmaceuticals to return production of these essential goods to the United States.
Okay, well, if that were to happen, it can't happen anytime soon. You need incredible infrastructure and investment before that happens. So even if that does happen, let's say these Taiwanese companies decide to invest in America, bring their technology, their advancements over here and build up. It's going to take a long fucking time. In that time period, we're going to fall so far behind every other goddamn country, it'll be impossible to keep up. We'll be in the Stone Age. We'll have lost every AI and technological race that there is if it decides to do this. So none of this makes any fucking sense. Literally the dumbest shit, but it's Trump. So some people, folks, I'm going to show you, and it's something I've said many times, they think Trump is trying to crash the economy on purpose in order to cause an uprising so that he could declare martial law and just become a king and dictator. And to me, that makes the most fucking sense because none of this makes any sense, to be 100% with you. So moving on to the Chud Watch portion of the fucking show. Not that it wasn't already that. Something that I've already told you guys about this, but again, applicants are asked to list MAGA revelation moment. Trump is trying to employ only cult members, fill the government with only yes men who would do everything he says, which is not beneficial to us. Job seekers hoping to join the new Trump administration are facing a series of intense loyalty tests, with the White House screening teams fanning out to government agencies to check for Make America Great Again bona fides and carefully parsing applicants' politics and social media posts. Yeah, when do you have your MAGA revelation where you realize Trump was a god, basically? When did you realize you would worship him and do whatever he wants you to, regardless of the will of the people and who it's bad for? And then he declassified some of the rest of the JFK files, the RFK files, and the MLK Jr. files. But weird that something was missing, huh? Weird that he didn't declassify the Epstein files. Remember, they were like, day one, he's going to declassify the Epstein files. Democrats are in trouble, huh? Wonder why he didn't. I wonder if there's some reason that he has not declassified them. Literally, folks, there's no reason to talk to any conservative because they don't argue in good faith. They're just trying to waste your time. They don't believe what the fuck they say. The only thing you should be saying to a conservative, I don't give a fuck what they say, what their point is, what narrative they're trying to spread. The only comment to them you should say, why hasn't Trump released the Jeffrey Epstein files? Every post, everything they say, that's what you should post. Because he never will. And what are they going to fucking say? Yeah, they know fucking why. They know why, and they don't care. They elected a pedophile, and they do not give a shit, folks. So, like, if they don't care about anything, I'm starting to not care about anything either. Let it all fucking burn, right? Listen to the Jeffrey Epstein tapes. I was Donald Trump's closest friend. Yeah, you missed one, homie. I wonder why. It's a fucking mystery. Rapists and pedophiles running us, y'all. And then, so stupid, he goes public and he declares that he sent the military into California to turn the water back on. The evil liberals, they were just hoarding all the water for no reason because they're crazy. They want everybody to thirst to death and burn in fires, y'all. So he wrote Trump, marched the military in, and they just turned the giant spigot back on, and hooray, he saved everybody from dehydration. But, of course, that didn't fucking happen. California immediately says, no, the military did not enter California. The federal government restarted federal water pumps after they were offline for maintenance for 3 days, which was normal. State water supplies in California remained plentiful. So why is he saying this, folks? Well, it's a real scary reason. He's trying to normalize the thought of using military in the United States. I sent the military in to save people. And this is a theme that's going to come up a lot in this show. where he's talking about deporting Americans. He's going to turn the fucking military on us, y'all. To be honest with you, like, I'm getting a little bit nervous. I've had thoughts about whether this show is going to be able to continue. If he starts rounding people up who speak out against them, then I'm brave, but I don't know how fucking brave I am, y'all. I may have to move into doing music videos or something to fight back in an alternative way, because putting my own face out there at this point is getting real fucking scary. I never thought I'd say that, because I ain't never been fucking scared of shit, y'all. I wasn't scared of Muslims when they messaged me, told me they would cut my fucking head off. I wasn't worried about women's husbands messaging me, telling me they were going to beat me up for no reason. They do nothing to your wife. Leave me alone. Wasn't scared of that, but I'm starting to get a little nervous, a little hot under the collar. And yay, we did it, folks. At least we're tackling the real issues. He set out to ban transgender people from the military again. The 8,000 trans people who are bravely serving competently with no problem whatsoever. Just ban them for no fucking reason, because transgenders are their new boogeyman. It's the new satanic panic. This is how they got fucking elected. Just say trans over and over and over again. And it makes the idiots that voted for them against their own best interests think they're doing something. And then this is so crazy, y'all. Apparently, he's going to reinstate these soldiers who refuse the COVID vaccine. Okay, fine. I don't agree with that, but fine. Apparently, they're floating the idea of giving them all back pay. 2 years back pay for disobeying direct orders and sitting at home.
He's bringing hope. He's actually bringing solutions, and he's bringing common sense back with some of the things you just talked about, like making sure we reinstate our military personnel who were unjustly fired for not wanting to take a mandatory vaccine, giving them back pay, making sure that this country is set on the right track.
Giving them back pay. Now, how do you think that's going to go over with the other military members who followed orders, who did the right thing, who kept their fellow servicemen safe by getting vaccinated? You're literally going to give the people that violated orders and didn't want to keep their fellow servicemen safe a free 2-year paid vacation. But that's the plan, folks. They're trying to divide us. They don't give a shit. They're trying to dispirit us, all of us, turn against each other. And it seems to be fucking working, y'all. What do you got to say about that, military? And then just the crazy shit he says, folks, like this bullshit.
About that, I said, everybody's going to empty out their prisons into our country. I said that. I'd do that if I were heading up any one of the many countries that you know about, not just South.
He literally did it. He literally emptied out the prison of traitors, of January 6th insurrectionists into our fucking country. And one of them is a pedophile. Trump puts alleged child sex predator back on the streets. Now, imagine if Biden had done this. Imagine if Biden did anything that allowed a child predator to go free, a murderer to go free. It would be 24/7 Fox News, 24/7 Joe Rogan. They're crazy, man. They don't even care. They're letting pedophiles on the streets. They've lost their minds. They don't care about law and order. They don't want to lock up criminals. That's what they say all day long. But almost crickets about this shit, because the left, Democrats, simply don't have the infrastructure to fight back, y'all. It is so game over for the left fucking right now. Like, Trump just did the biggest corruption in the history of the presidency. Made $40 billion in one day by putting out a meme coin that allows him to take unregistered bribes from anybody in the world that wants to give it to him. I was talking to Melvin today. Melvin had never even heard of it. First he heard of it. The media is not even talking about it. The biggest corruption in the history of this country. Nobody's talking about it. It's the craziest shit I've ever fucking witnessed in all of my days covering politics. But anyway, this guy, and then this guy, he also pulled a gun on a cop and got killed. Imagine if a Democrat governor had done this. Imagine if Gavin Newsom released a prisoner that pulled a gun on a cop and got killed. The left is crazy. They don't want to fight crime. 100% all day long. And it would work. This is what wins politics now, folks. And the left is 100% outgunned in every way. And then as they're rewriting history, now they're deleting online databases of the Capitol riot arrest, folks. In the future, people are going to believe, some of them already do, but everybody's going to believe that the Capitol riot was peaceful protesters singing Kumbaya, and the government set them up. They were all innocent. They were all fucking heroes. The only people that are going to know the truth are those of us who are alive still today. And then once we're gone, that's fucking it, y'all. It's scary to think about how much history has been changed just like this, but they're rewriting it, deleting it right in front of our fucking eyes. And then, once again, they're floating the idea of giving Trump a third term. A Republican House member introduced a resolution Thursday to amend the U.S. Constitution in order to allow President Trump and any other future president to be elected to a third term in the White House. Yep, not trying to hide it, folks. They wanted to stay in power for life. And he also, once again, seems to be joking about it, but he's not joking about it. He's getting people used to this idea that he's going to be president for much longer than just 2 terms.
That I've raised a lot of money for the next race that I assume I can't use for myself, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. I think I'm not allowed to run again. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to run again, Mike?
Mike says sure. Okay, I guess I'm allowed to run again because we don't care about the Constitution, as we're going to show you. The Constitution is whatever they say it is, folks. They can do whatever they want to because they know nobody's going to stop them. If this guy can make $40 million in one day, taking bribes from every person in the world that wants to bribe him, no one is going to stop him, folks. No one is going to help us. No Democrat is going to step up. Nothing. The military is not going to help us. In fact, they're deifying him, folks. Here's Fox News gushing over him, declaring we have to immediately put him on Mount Rushmore.
Well, exactly a week ago this hour, we got a brand new president, number 47, for his second term. And there are already calls to put his face on Mount Rushmore. A growing number of conservatives are pushing to add Trump to the legendary monument. Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna says she's already filing the legislation to make it happen.
That would be some sweet irony after
sweet.
President Joe Biden stopped the fireworks display from Mount Rushmore. So if you did the 250th anniversary of the country at Mount Rushmore with President Trump's face, it would be epic. There's
so
also
epic. Think about all the liberals you would own because Joe Biden did something we took offense to. Let's just own everybody.
a petition now in Congress to change Dulles Airport's name to Donald Trump.
Let's just change it to the United States of Trump, y'all. In Trump we trust. Trump's our God. Put him on the fucking money. Take God off there. Fuck God. Trump. And then once again, the president is out there threatening to remove the license for journalists that say things that he don't like. MSDNC is even worse than CNN. They shouldn't even have the right to broadcast. It's just threatening them. Trying to bully them into not criticizing him, which works for every other media source right now. I'm sure it's going to work for them, too. They've already caved him in multiple ways. So this is a chilling silencing of free speech that no conservative actually gives a shit about. And then new leader of all our military, Pete Hegseth, allegedly paid $50,000 to settle a sexual assault accuser to shut her up, so he wouldn't rat her out. So, of course, immediately, J.D. Vance was the tie-breaking vote, and Pete Hegseth is now our new Secretary of the Department of Defense, running all of our branches of military. This fucking amazing goof, this Fox News weekend correspondent, y'all, is running our entire military. Yes, the biggest downgrade in history. We had actual lifelong servicemen that knew what they were fucking doing, served honorably. And this guy, the DUI candidate, doing fucking goofy man on the streets interviews and donut shops for Fox News, now running all our military. But the reason is because Trump is going to turn our military against the people, and he knows Pete is going to do whatever he says. So, yikes, America. But this is what America voted for, folks. So, whatever happens, and they're so weird. David Leatherwood, nice name. Their Pete. Okay, our Pete's fucking awesome. Smart, well-spoken, represents himself well. Our Pete, your Pete is an embarrassing DUI candidate, right? A drunk. Has absolutely no business being in charge of fucking anything, much less the military, but just a large part of modern right-wing aesthetics is just being homophobic while being closeted homosexual. Like, good God, they're so weird. Just suck a dick already. You'll feel so much better, I swear. Not that I've ever done it, but you need to, clearly. And then, of course, they confirmed dog killer Kristi Noem, 59 to 34, as the new Homeland Security Secretary. Yay! The person keeping our homeland safe, Kristi Noem. Now, you think any decent people would immediately shun a woman who admitted to murdering her own puppy by shooting it in the face because she didn't like it. You would think any psychopath that would brag about that, thinking that made them look good, would immediately be disqualified from any fucking public office. But we are not a good country. We are terrorists. We are evil. We are giant sacks of shit. So, of course, this unrepentive dog killer is now in charge of keeping our homeland safe. And God bless America. I've never been more proud of this fucking country. Good job. Hey, I just want all you MAGA people to know I'm so owned right now. You've owned me so much. I got liberal tears. I'm crying so many liberal tears. You've only fucked the left. You didn't fuck yourself, y'all. You guys are not in just as much trouble as we are. No. You owned us. Congratulations. You did it. You won. You won. And, egg prices are up, folks. Egg prices are through the fucking roof right now. Remember, that's all they cared about. Why egg prices so high? Joe Biden got to bring the egg prices down. Inflation is why I got to vote for Donald Trump. Hey, yeah, I don't like everything Donald Trump says. Yes. I wish he was nicer, not so much of a bully, not so full of himself, not so narcissistic. Wish he wasn't so embarrassing, but egg prices, y'all. But of course, like everything else, they don't actually give a shit about anything they say. Remember, here's Donald Trump when he was trying to win the presidency.
Starting on day one of my new administration, we will end inflation and we will make America affordable again because the prices are too high. The prices are too high.
And so recently, not Tucker Carlson, it was Sean Hannity asked him about the economy, and his response was, I don't care about the economy. The economy will be fine. He doesn't actually give a shit, folks. He's too busy renaming the Gulf of Mexico. And, here's America now in certain places. $12.99 for eggs. I've seen it $9 for a 12-pack of eggs, folks. Thanks, Trump. But it's weird, folks. It's weird. Like, suddenly conservatives don't seem to give a shit about the egg prices anymore. They don't give a shit about any of the prices anymore. In fact, now the new conservative talking point is that paying higher prices is actually patriotic. Yeah, just wait for this. It brings me no joy to say this, but here's the latest NPC switch. Paying high prices is patriotic, and that's what they're saying now, folks. It's fine that Trump is not bringing down inflation. Tariffs keep the country safe, even though they're not implemented yet. These price hikes aren't actually about the tariffs yet. Just wait. But, yep, high prices, pull it out. Click, high prices mean Trump's America's First policies are working. Yay! Cat food for everybody. I always loved eating cat food. Cat food is delicious. And remember when Fox News was telling us the eggs prices were all Joe Biden's fault. Now suddenly it's not the president's fault anymore. Egg supply strained by bird flu as shortages frustrate Americans at grocery store. Yeah, bird flu. There's another pandemic hitting, y'all. We're going to get to that in a fucking second. But weird how suddenly the president's not responsible for anything anymore. Once it's Trump. Interesting. And this meme sums it up beautifully. Under Biden, let's go, Brandon. Why is eggs so dang expensive? Under Trump, the cost of eggs is a complex interplay between inflation and other factors like bird flu, of which the president has little control. Yes, Econ 101, suddenly the president's not to blame for anything, y'all. Just good God. This is why you don't talk to them. The only thing you say to a conservative, why doesn't Trump declassify the Jeffrey Epstein files? When is Trump going to declassify the Epstein files? Why do you think Trump hasn't declassified the Epstein files yet? Only thing to say to them. And then, this is pretty on par too. 2024. Don't you stupid libtards know this is all Joe Biden's fault? Suddenly, 2025, they're $10 instead of $7.99. Don't you stupid libtards know A president can't control egg prices. President don't control gas prices. Presidents don't control inflation, y'all. They didn't never care about this shit to begin with. They're literally just racist. That's what it is, folks. Look at this guy. This is Gunther Eagleman. When Joe Biden was president, make groceries affordable again. Oh my God, make them. I can't even feed my kids. Now Trump is president. Democrats are worried about the price of coffee. Republicans are worried about American lives. We are not the same. Yeah, it's patriotic to pay higher prices, baby. Fuck the grocery price has. Who even gives a shit about that? I've always thought paying higher prices was patriotic. And yes, you complain about grocery prices for 4 fucking years, you absolute fucking moron, but it doesn't matter, folks. Their words don't mean anything. They literally will say the opposite today that they said yesterday and not blink an eye about it, and then gaslight you about it. That's why there's no reason to argue with them. When is Trump going to declassify the Jeffrey Epstein files? And yes, I wanted eggs to be cheaper. Be honest. I am being honest. Why did you really vote for Trump? I'm a racist. Thank you. Yes. Yes, you never cared. You're a fucking racist. You were hoping he'd round up the Browns. And also, you're a bigot. You don't be kick the trans people out of the military for no fucking reason, even though they're serving honorably. Ain't bother nobody. And you got it, motherfuckers. You got it. I hope the cost was worth it, because here's the Trump tax plan. If you're earning less than $300,000 a year, your taxes are going to rise, folks. If you're earning over $300,000 a year, your taxes are going to drop. Everything for them, nothing for us. Not like we're not already stretched enough. They don't care. It's like they want us to riot in the streets on purpose so he can use the military to put us down. And a lot of people are saying this, folks, feels like a bunch of billionaires are ripping the copper wires out of the walls of this country before it collapses. It certainly does. They're gutting us, folks. They're building their little bunkers in Hawaii under fucking ground and gutting us as they watch our corpse die. And hey, I don't know if this is bad or not. You guys tell me. Apparently the doomsday clock now closer than ever to midnight. Oh, that seems bad. Is that bad? Somebody might want to look into that. Doing great, America. And folks, if you didn't need more proof of how grim things are getting, Jim Acosta is leaving CNN. And here's his goodbye message.
People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no. That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners. As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future. One final message. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope. Even if you have to get out your phone, record that message. I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media so people can hear from you, too.
Holy shit, this is dark as fuck, y'all. I wonder if he's talking about anything in particular. Probably not. I'm sure it's fine. And then, as expected, the deportation started this week. They're rounding up the Browns, y'all. Ron DeSantis declaring Florida will probably deport its illegals to Gitmo. You know Gitmo? The place they sent the Iraqi terrorist to be tortured? Yeah, we're going to send our immigrants to Gitmo, folks, the terror torture camp. That's where we're at, folks. But it gets even worse because Donald Trump now says he's going to start deporting U.S. citizens. I guess he's going to send us to Gitmo. He says anybody that's charged and convicted of a lot of crimes, which they can just charge us to anything. They could charge me with a lot of crimes. They could take everything I've ever said on my videos and charge me for a crime. They can just make up anything and then charge me of it. And then say, well, you've been convicted of 400 crimes for the shit you said. Got to deport you, folks. Here he is. declaring that he's going to send us to other countries and pay their country just a small pittance to hold us in prison.
And I don't want these violent repeat offenders in our country any more than I want illegal aliens from other countries who misbehave. And I say, and this is subject to getting it approved, but if they've been arrested many, many times, they're repeat offenders by many numbers, I want them out of our country. I also will be seeking permission to do so. We're going to get approval, hopefully, to get them the hell out of our country along with others. Let them be brought to a foreign land and maintained by others for a very small fee as opposed to be maintained in our jails for massive amounts of money, including the private prison companies that charge us a fortune. Now, let them be brought out of our country and let them live there for a while. Let's see how they like it. And I don't want these...
And he's already declared that birthright citizenship is not a thing, even though it says so in the Constitution. I'm about to show you. They're saying the Constitution is unconstitutional. So he can just rule whatever he wants to his Constitution or not. He could just take our birthright citizenship away from us. He can set the Department of Justice out to try us of crimes and then use the military to round us up and send us off to other countries. And I'm not trying to be gloom and doom here, folks. This is definitely a possibility of what might be happening in this country right now. I'm going to skip that one. And these are the people we're dealing with, folks. Cruelty is the point to these people, as I pointed out to you guys over and over again. They want to send signals to the other complete sacks of shit on this planet, the other bottom feeders, that, hey, I'm a bottom feeder like you. I'm a worthless piece of... a stain on the underwear of life like you are. Vote for me, and they will. There's a huge body of the worst among us who will support other people who are of like mind. Case in point, Nancy Mace. Can they be live streamed somewhere asking for a friend talking about Gunther Eagleman? I would pay to watch deportations live on TV. Yeah, these people just came over to make a good life for themselves, find a safer existence. Shit, most of them, they pick up at their jobs. If they were such freeloaders, why are you always going to find them at their jobs? But yes, just pure evil, folks. That's who's in charge right now. Tell me they might not round us up with the military. This is what we're talking about, folks. Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, out there in her cosplay, rounding up the Browns, put out this video.
Here in New York City this morning, we are getting the dirt bags off these streets.
Getting the dirt bags off the streets, where you're still on the street with your stupid hair extensions. They're trying to put a positive spin on the fascist roundup of the Browns. They even got Dr. Phil now embedded with the ICE in order to put a friendly face on it to try to sell it to the American people. See, it's not so bad. Hey, how bad could it be if Dr. Phil is out there? Dr. Phil is out there making sure ICE treats everybody fairly. It can't be that bad if there's Dr. Phil. It's just 100% propaganda, folks. First they came for the Browns. Next they coming for you and me. And apparently they're already coming for the Native Americans because irony knows no bounds. ICE detains Native Americans, questions tribal ID. Sure. Where are you from originally? Where are you from originally, motherfucker? Meanwhile, in Texas, teachers are posting about how ICE should come to their school and round up their students. Texas teacher invites ICE to raid his schools. I had many students who don't even speak English. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of another moment in history when people were turning their friends and neighbors into a political police force. Anybody got any historical examples? I can think of one. In Oklahoma, the guy who runs their public schools says he's going to help ICE round up and deport students. Now, this is just a way to bully, to scare even birth citizens of this country whose parents might be illegal. One of their parents might be illegal. Their cousin might be illegal. This is just a way for them to scare the Browns off from their schools because it's racist as shit. They simply want less browns in the schools. They want less minorities, more whites. And this is a way to ensure less show up, folks. Imagine being such a monster that you want to scare children into not fucking coming to school. That's where we're at in this country, folks. That's Christianity for you. Way to go, Oklahoma. And then, as I always say, folks, they're just the worst among us. The cruelty is the point. So this is a woman trying to get clout on social media. And so she thinks, I know how to get clout. I know how to attract all the other complete sacks of crap like myself. I'll make this video and put it out there.
I don't give two shits that families are being separated if somebody's getting deported. I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort. I have no sympathy that your child might grow up without a father because he got sent back to Mexico or whatever. I mean, y'all are welcome to go with him. Don't forget that's an option. That's a choice that you're making, right? I don't have any sympathy for your little videos that you're making on social media with all the tears. I don't give a shit. I'm actually fucking laughing at you that you're sitting there crying for attention. Okay. I find you guys to be subhumans. All right. Now, while you're sitting there judging me because I don't care that families are going to be separated from each other, I'd invite you to recall that hundreds of J6ers were separated from their families for something that equates to little more than a trespassing
Being a traitor to the country? Yes.
Where were you then? Okay, bye.
Hey, everybody, what was your...
Okay, bye. Yeah, but just, they get off on being awful. It's like their whole personality. And, yes, Tizzy got her. She lost her job. The people employing her was like, yikes, fuck off, bitch. And they issued an apology. So, bad life decisions, you fucking awful moron. And, man, I want to find sympathy. I want to. And yet I can't. So this guy voted for Trump, and then Trump came and deported his wife.
They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything's good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
If I get a chance to talk to you, man, yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be.
Yeah, let me work it out with you, Trump. Definitely. I think you might be talking to the wrong dude. That's the one that fucking caused it. And I don't know if he actually voted for Trump or not. That's just what it fucking said. But anyway, think he's going to fucking work it out with Trump. That's pretty stupid. And then this lady.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. This is crazy that starting next week, multiple cities will be hitting immigration. That is so crazy that multiple people are scared to go to work. Where I work at, a lot of Latinos did not go to work. And that's crazy because we have a living too.
I mean, is this real life right now? Sometimes it's hard to tell, but, you know, I do have empathy. But man, is it fucking running out. Just at some point, you just gotta let people die, right? That's all I can say. Like, you're just too stupid to live. This country is too dumb to survive. It just has to go away. All of you have to fucking go away now. Like, I don't know what to say to you. There's no helping you. Lord knows there's no lessons going to be learned no matter what the fuck happens to you. You're never going to fucking learn. You don't have the goddamn ability. Clearly, you don't have the ability. So just whatever. Just die, dummies. And now Trump is abolishing the Pentagon Office on Civilian Deaths. So this is the Pentagon office that tries to train and work the military to ensure that they limit civilian casualties. Why would you get rid of the office to limit civilian casualties? All right, let's move on from that one. Okay, and then he says that California is not going to get any aid unless they pass voter ID, which is specifically designed to disenfranchise minorities. Yes, minorities are less likely to have driver's license for multiple reasons. Sometimes it's financial reasons. Sometimes they don't trust the system, right? They don't want to be in the system, and you're like, well, if they don't trust the system, why do they want to vote? If you don't trust the system, you're like one of the main people that want to vote to fucking change it because you don't trust it. That's the whole fucking point. But the whole point is to pass this law because they know less minorities have IDs, and so less of them are going to vote, and more white people are going to fucking vote, and that's the only way they can win is if they make less people vote. The more people that vote, the worse they do. So the only way they can win is to make it hard for people to vote. So that's what they're doing here. California, who gives most aid of any state, bails out every other red state whenever they get in trouble. You got to disenfranchise your minority voters or you don't get any aid from the federal government, y'all. That's where we're at right now. California need to succeed, become their own fucking country. Get the hell out of Dodge while you still can. That'd be great for your property values, I can assure you. And then he floated just getting rid of FEMA altogether. The Democrats don't care about North Carolina. I mean, I did. The Democrats are always Johnny on the spot to give aid without any conditions whatsoever, to show up, not throw paper towels at people. This is all bullshit. What they done with FEMA is so bad, FEMA has worked pretty well, to be honest with you. FEMA is a whole nother discussion because all it does is complicate everything. It doesn't. So you need experts when emergencies happen. It doesn't make sense for every state to have like a hurricane response team or whatever, an emergency response team just sitting idly by waiting for an emergency to happen in their state. Instead, you have federal agencies that cover the whole country so they can bounce around because there's more emergencies all over the place and you can keep these people busy. It doesn't make sense to have it done by the states. They can't literally fucking do it. That's why the federal response was started to begin with, but it doesn't matter. It's like he's trying to divide us on purpose, folks. It's like they're trying to make us riot. Here's Trump telling Florida they're on their own.
FEMA is a very expensive organization that really doesn't work out very well. It hasn't. This is not the only example. So it was up to me right now. It ended right now, and I just let the state take care of the problem. I mean, you can always have problems. Let the state.
I actually a little bit agree with him there when it comes to Florida. If you're literally passing laws like DeSantis is doing to remove any mention of global warming from the government, maybe we shouldn't be bailing you fucking out. Now, anybody else who's actually sensible, I got no problem with it, but fuck Florida. Let it fall into the fucking ocean at this point. And then he ended aid to Ukraine, not all of it, but he ended a lot of the aid. He froze a lot of the foreign aid to all countries, which had a big impact on Ukraine too. Donald Trump has just signed an executive order that officially suspends U.S. military aid to Ukraine. So, Putin Christmas, you get exactly what he paid for. And then White House suspends all federal grants and loans, saying they advance Marxist equity and social engineering, folks. This is real. This is what they literally said here, folks. The use of federal resources to advance Marxist equity, transgenderism, and Green New Deal social engineering policies is a waste of taxpayer dollars that does not improve the day-to-day lives of those we serve, said a memo from Matthew Vaith, the acting director of the Office of Management Budget. That's right, folks! We had to get rid of all these offices, all these programs because of the transgenders. We can't have nice things because of the transgenders, folks, so they get you to vote for against your own best interest. It's so stupid. But literally, it's a country too dumb to survive. So good. Whatever. And then today they froze Medicaid spending in all 50 states. Now, they said they did this on accident. They were like, oopsies. But nobody believes them. Clearly, they got so much shit, so much pushback. They're trying to pretend it was an accident. But taken as a whole with everything else they've done, it's clear that they're doing this on purpose. They're trying to shut down the federal government completely. Even AOC sounding the alarm. Trump shut off Medicaid, and yep, sure did. The Medicaid payment portals that 70 million Americans depend on for health care was shut down. A wide range of organizations and agencies that depend on federal health department funds say they have been locked out of the online system responsible for tracking and depositing their money. And as far as we know, these are all the different agencies that have been shut down. Medicaid, ESSA funds, the IDA, SNAP, which is like food stamps and stuff, school meals. They took school meals away from hungry kids, poor kids. WIC, which is given to mothers so they don't have as high of infant mortality. Head Start grants, for poor kids so they can compete in academics. Child care grants, Pell Grants, student loans, higher ed grants, housing vouchers, CTE. That's the funding to keep senior citizens from freezing, kids from starving, students in college, kids in their special ed programs, healthcare centers running, and healthcare for millions. Yay, conservatives! You own me. You win. You did it. You did it, conservatives. You beat us all. You beat us. It's so beautiful. Winning. Isn't it great to win? I mean, yes, you're going down with us, but at least you get to watch us suffer with you. And I'm with you on that one. Like, I'm for it now. At least I get to watch you suffer too, motherfuckers. And there are a lot of people suffering, a lot of people bitching. Real Donald Trump, we voted for you thinking everything would work out for the best. My wife was offered a position in USPTO and was really excited to start on the 10th of February. However, she received an offer rescinded due to federal hiring freeze email. Please help. Yeah. Hey, murderer that's stabbing me. Please help. Somebody stabbing me, murderer. Yeah, die, dummy. You and your wife die, please, in Minecraft. I have always supported you, Mr. President, but your hiring freeze just cost my daughter. Blah, blah, blah. Die. Eat your cat food and die. Shut the fuck up. If you voted for Trump, just shut the fuck up. Nobody should ever listen to you ever again about anything. Just be quiet, eat your cat food, and die. I voted for Trump, and today I die. So many of these folks. And this is how they think of you folks. He ended school voucher programs for meals for hungry kids, y'all. This is the conservative take.
I mean, how many people got their start in fast food restaurants when they're kids versus just giving a blanket rule that gives all kids lunches in high school who are...
So he's literally saying you should not get free lunches. Instead, kids should have to work at McDonald's to pay for their own lunch. Now, he's trying to frame it like it's only high school kids, but they cut it off for all kids. But he's trying to disingenuously frame it. But even his framing is fucking horrific and stupid.
I mean, how many people got their start in fast food restaurants when they're kids versus just giving a blanket rule that gives all kids lunches in high school who are capable of going out and actually getting a job and doing something that makes them have value, thinking about their future instead of thinking about how they're going to sponge off the government when they don't need to.
Yeah.
We don't give people value.
You hungry kids are just sponging off the government. You little kids, go get you a fucking job and quit being leeches off society. Oh my God, just so unbelievably evil. And yeah, Trump's federal funding freeze on hold. A judge ruled that he has to stop doing it. Pitting an analysis to root out wokeness of federal spending, the judge said, nah, put a pin in this. We'll see what the fuck happens, but seems bad. Meanwhile, Trump's second day of golfing in a row. There's plenty of money for him, folks. He just made $40 billion taking bribes from everybody on earth. Now they're spending $1 million a day playing golf. This time he brought the entire House GOP for a 3-day excursion to one of his resorts, all on your dime. So no money for kids to have lunch. No more money for starving kids. No money for grandma's Medicaid. No money for Meals on Wheels, y'all. But millions to play golf for Trump. Hey, thank you. I'm so owned. Plenty of money to repaint Air Force One because priorities, folks. Fuck your kid. But he's got to paint Air Force One power blue. That's going to cost millions of dollars. And great. Just bankrupt us. Bankrupt us. We don't deserve any better, so do it. Good at this point. And to make things worse, Trump has frozen all NIH activity. NIH is basically our science organizations. This includes a ban on communications, a freeze on the grant review process, no more science, no more cancer research, travel freeze, etc. For those unaware, the NIH funds huge numbers of scientific studies in health and nutrition every year. Hey, who needs that? What do we need science for? We got Jesus, right? And then he ordered a blackout on public communications by all agencies across the entire government, folks. Here's your transparency president. He ordered them not to speak to press, not to release any memos. Before anything is brought out to the public, it has to be approved by Trump directly first. Completely squelching their ability to put out vital information. You know, like a bird flu. Yes. Trump has ordered the CDC to stop all reporting of any bird flu cases. Does this sound familiar? Right before COVID hit, he disbanded the pandemic response team, the team that was supposed to keep us safe, said we didn't need them. Then COVID hit and we lost 1 million extra Americans. Doing it all again, folks, and good. I cannot wait to see you motherfuckers die of bird flu. Can't wait. I can't wait to die with you. We can all die of bird flu together. Beautiful. What a fitting end to this country. We're being led straight into another possible pandemic by one of the dumbest people on earth. And yes, but I mean, is he any dumber than the country that voted for him? No, I don't think so. Over 100,000 ducks to be euthanized at New York's farm after a bird flu outbreak. Yep, good thing Trump ordered health agencies to shut the fuck up and stop giving us updates. Why would we need updates? Don't worry about it. I'm sure Trump's got it all under control, y'all. While he slashes the World Health Organization, he actually removed America from the World Health Organization, and because of their slashed budget now, they're having to withdraw a bunch of fucking programs. The World Health Organization will cut costs and review which health programs to prioritize after President Donald Trump announced he was withdrawing the U.S. from the WHO, the agency's chief told staff. So yay. No more science. No more health organizations. No more being told what's going on, folks. It's just me. It seems bad. That's just my opinion. It seems bad. Meanwhile, Texas Republicans are filing a flurry of anti-vaccine bills. What could go wrong? Hey, what could go wrong in this country? If they stop doing that, maybe this. Kansas sees the largest tuberculosis outbreak in history. Really? Oh, okay. Well, good. Love to see it. I'm rooting for the tuberculosis at this point. And this is what I was telling you, folks. A lot of people saying this. This is a stolen election. I don't believe that. And Trump is destroying the economy, canceling all loans and grants so that people will take to the streets and he can declare martial law and keep in place forever. I've said this before, and I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes a lot of sense. Like nothing else makes sense. Trump is instigating unrest to invoke the Insurrection Act, paused all social spending, including food stamps and WIC, to go into effect Tuesday, 5 p.m. If anybody's got any better explanation, I'm all ears.